Hey guys, so I just recently finished this fairy tale oil painting and I really like these cottages and I decided to make them into clay sculptures. So if you would like to do this project, you're going to need some glass bottles or jars, some polymer clay or Cosclay, tin foil, acrylics. I use resin, but you can also use like a seal spray, and optional would be like the moss and the fairy lights that I use for decoration. So to get the labels off of these jars or bottles, I scrape the bulk of it off with a razor, and then I'm going to use a little bit of alcohol to get some of the sticky stuff off of there. If you have anything left over, acetone will get rid of the rest of it. I'm going to start off by forming the roof with some foil. I put this clay through the pasta maker and I'm just putting those sheets on the jar, and then I'm just going to form it onto the jar and the foil part. You can dip a paintbrush into a little bit of alcohol just to smooth things down a little bit if some of those edges are too rough. And then just take a ball of foil and you can add texture to the rocks. Here I'm just using the back of a makeup brush to add some more texture, and I always feel like it looks better. The more texture you have, the better it looks when you paint it. For the next one, same thing. I just put a little bit of foil at the top of the bottle and I'm forming the clay around it. And I didn't want to use cardboard, which would have been way easier. I did use foil, and putting clay on that is a little bit difficult, but it forms to the bottle much better than the cardboard would, which is why I used it. More texture, this time I'm using a toothbrush. For this roof, I'm just taking little balls of clay and making it look like little pebbles. And if you're not going to be using resin to seal it, you should probably use Sculpey or some kind of clay adhesive. Otherwise, those little pieces are going to break off. So this is the question that I get asked the most when I paint. What color am I using? Am I using black? Am I using brown? Is it a mix? It really doesn't matter. It's whatever you want it to be. I tend to go a little bit darker. I do believe this is black. Maybe just a little bit of white added to it, but the reason I do that is because I like that contrast. You can see when I put the top colors on there, you can see that dark still coming through. So you choose whatever you want it to be. If you don't want it to be quite so visible, then choose a brown or a gray or any color that works for you. I don't always clean my brush in between choosing different colors unless it's like a huge contrast like a red and a white. If it's like a yellow, a green, a blue, even orange, I kind of like it when you blend some of those colors together and you get some really neat creations, so you can kind of get like an ombre effect. Getting that extra paint off of the windows is actually really easy. Just dip a Q-tip into a little bit of acetone or alcohol and you can clean it right up. All I have left to do is I'm going to be adding some moss, and then I'm going to put a coat of resin on, let them dry for 24 hours, add some fairy lights, and they're all done.